Marina, how long have you known Tom?
I've known Tom for 4 or 5 years.
4 or 5 years. And over these 4 or 5 years, what's the one thing that you remember most about him?
Jokes and smiles and laughing and the smirk he sometimes gives you.
The smirk. The famous Lori smirk.
That's the one, yes.
That's a killer smirk.
And the first thing I remember about Tom was the way he was introduced before I even saw him. Ryan's mother was telling me about Tom, how funny he is, what a great sense of humor he has, and how beautiful his lashes are. So I remember that.
And what's the one piece of advice that you would give Tom and Amy as they begin their journey together?
Staying true to themselves and keeping that through their togetherness.
That's great. Well, thank you very much. Where's Brian? Okay. We got her on solo.
You know,
I'm gonna have to get on a ladder for you. So Brian, you how long have you known Tom now? You guys go way back.
Well, see, I would have been 17 when I met him, so that's got to be, we're just shy of 20 years.
20 years, and you guys have played cards together. You've played volleyball together.
Not so much volleyball. Tennis.
Rode bikes.
We rode a few bikes. But before we get too much farther, you need to dismiss everything Marina just said because she ended up with me. So it says a lot about her opinion of things and what kind of advice she can give. So just dismiss it.
Well, the first question is really, what is it that you remember most over all these years with Tom?
I would say the thing that I remember most about Tom, and for once I'll be serious. There was a year that I traveled abroad, and there was a week. It must have been October because it was Oktoberfest. I was in Austria, and Tom flew over with Cecil and Ben Johnson and my parents and spent a week with me in Austria. We were just outside of Salzburg. And there was a morning that he and I woke up, everyone else still asleep in the hotel, and Tom and I went for a run together. And the conversation that he and I had about life and women and other things was fantastic. And it was an amazing morning. And what's best is I have a journal that records that whole thing because he wrote pretty detailed about our conversation about that. So that's a big memory.
And you and I have a shared memory.
You and I do.
Down in the Grand Canyon.
That's true.
And I heard you just did that again recently.
Yeah, I did just do the Grand Canyon, and I ended up going solo. I offered to Tom if he wanted to go across one day with me, and he had other plans. I'm not sure what he was planning on doing, but I think he was busy with Amy. So
it was in 2001.
It was
that
right after
we went down to Phantom Ranch, down rim to rim. You guys came from the north, we came from the south, and your dad was with you.
That's right.
And we had a steak dinner down there at Phantom Ranch.
We sure did. We traded car keys and met back up in Vegas or something like that. And that was right after the September 11th attacks.
Right.
And no, that was a huge experience. A good memory from that was when we all went down to the Colorado River and we played ultimate frisbee with some hat.
Right.
That was down
there. I think I've got that on video.
Yeah. Then I want to see it.
I've got that on video. And
I'm not surprised.
And what is the one piece of advice that you would give Tom and Amy as they go forward in life together?
Boy, the advice is that the two of them are really good people, and just follow for what's right, and be honest, and say what's on your mind, and you guys will be fine. You guys will be just fine.
Great. Thank you very much.